I'd like to welcome you to Northdale Middle School, home of the Blaine Bengals swimming team.
Event number 2, 200-yard medley relay.
Here is the 200-yard medley relay. The odd lanes will be Blaine, and the even lanes will be, the even lanes will be Blaine. The odd lanes will be Armstrong. In lane 1, swing for Blaine, Lana Ryan, Ashley Ripley, Madison Pagano, and Callie Stark. In lane 2 for Blaine, Marin Taylor, Ella Penoyer, Katrina Engfer, Margaret Clark. In lane 3, Lacey Stark, Maria Clark, Breck Gutenkopf, Addison Stadden. In lane number 4, swimming for Blaine, Allison Schrank, Hannah Ryan, Chloe Zenz-Olson, and Emma Wilson. And Armstrong's A-team swimming in lane 5, Zoe Bresnahan. Lane 2, Olivia Kane, Lucia Freed, Abby Garski. And lane 6, Armstrong, Scheib, Podani, Woods, and Fisher. We're halfway through. 100 yards in. Blaine touches out there on the breaststroke. And here is the fly. Swimming for Armstrong, we have Lucia Freed, a 7th grader. And for Blaine, Chloe Zenz-Olson. Olson ahead by a half a length. Coming into the last leg freestyle 50. And in the pool is Emma Wilson, senior from Blaine, with about a 2-length lead off the wall. And she's going to easily cruise home on this last 25. The race will be for second. The race will be for third. It looks like Blaine will score 8 points for the first. Armstrong 4 points, and another 2 points for Blaine. So the team of Schrank, Ryan, Zenz-Olson, and Wilson win this first relay with a time of 1:53:33. After the first relay, the unofficial score is Blaine 10, Armstrong 4. Coming up next, we have the 200-yard freestyle varsity. In lane number 2, swimming for Blaine is Callie Stark. Maria Clark for Blaine is in lane 3. Maddie Schrank is in lane number 4. Zoe Bresnahan is in lane number 5. In lane number 6, Amanda Highland. Evelyn Neese is in lane 8 for Armstrong. Schrank and Bresnahan are neck and neck through the first 50. And they're out in 27 seconds. That's a very fast pace for this 200. They're going to slow way down here as they go on. They're not going to be able to maintain that pace for the whole 200. As they come up to the 100, I won't be surprised if it's going to be slightly over a minute. Slightly pulling ahead here through as they approach the 100. Zoe Bresnahan, 11th grader from Armstrong, is going to touch the wall first. And she is still sub 1 minute for this 200. Armstrong is well known for their middle distance freestyle swimming, even through the last decade. So you're seeing a very good swim here by Bresnahan. As she comes to the 150, she is in control of this race. Head down, breathing about every 4 strokes. Schrank, though, is still on her heels, and in this last 50 is going to give it her all. But you can see Bresnahan has a lot in the tank left. Schrank is trying to dig in. Bresnahan off the wall, and that turn has given her a great length. But Schrank, a great turn as well, is trying to pull as hard as she can. but it's going to be wire to wire. Bresnahan from Armstrong, followed by Schrank, both with sub 2 minute times. Fantastic for this time of year. And a quick touch out here between the third and fourth place. Highland from Anoka beats out Clark, and that is a big point get for Armstrong. So unofficially, Armstrong 1, Blaine 2, Armstrong 3, and Blaine 4. And the winner is Bresnahan with a time of 1:58.87. Coming up next is the 200-yard individual medley. In lane number 1, Megan Thompson from Blaine. Margaret Clark is in lane number 2. Gabby Birch is in lane 3 for Blaine. And senior Sarah Knox, the favorite in this race, is in lane number 4. Cassidy Woods, 8th grader from Armstrong, is in lane number 5. Lucia Freed is in lane number 6, and Brenna Scheib is in lane number 7. Sarah Knox, after the first fly length there, switches over to her backstroke. She looks super smooth in the water. The real race is going to be for the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th points. And right now, it looks like Armstrong is going to be in the money for those 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Can 8th grader Gabby Bush hold off the Armstrong swimmers to go 1-2 in this, with Sarah Knox out front, the presumptive winner, as long as she doesn't make any stroke mistakes here. She's gliding out to an easy, easy win. Gabby Bush now taking control of 2nd place and creeping up into the places. Looks like Margaret Clark, 10th grader from Blaine. And for Armstrong, surging in the top is Lucia Freed. Sarah Knox, of course, bringing it home. A fantastic swim, 2:15.53. But here's the excitement, folks. Blaine is going to get 2nd place by about a half a length. 3rd and 4th go to Armstrong. 5th, unofficially, of course, to Blaine in lane number 2, Margaret Clark. So Sarah Knox, building on her previous time of 2:15.81 with a time of 2:15.53. Sarah Knox in total control, an accomplished senior swimmer. The unofficial score currently is Blaine 27, Armstrong 19, and we're coming up to the 50 freestyle. Of course, that is going to be the fastest swim of the day. Over the last decade, this swim event has gone from the high 20s to the mid 20s. Gutenkopf, Stadden, Wilson, Zenz-Olson for Blaine, Garski, Fisher, Steinke for Armstrong. Zenz-Olson, 11th grader from Blaine, is racing her teammates Emma Wilson. Wilson and Olson touch out together. Emma Wilson, senior, with a time of 25.86 for the win, giving Blaine Bengals another critical 1-2 in this event. So far, the Blaine Bengals looking very sharp. Not quite to mid-season form yet, but definitely in the zone for where they need to be for these dual meets. You're watching North Metro TV. Coming up next is the diving.
People with COVID-19 may be short of breath, have a cough, fever, muscle pain, headache, sore throat, chills, or loss of taste or smell. Sometimes people may throw up, get diarrhea, or their stomach may hurt. Get tested if you have COVID-19 symptoms. Talk to a doctor, a local clinic, or use the screening tool on the Minnesota COVID-19 response website to help decide if you should get tested.
The first JV driver here, Lily Clark from Blaine. Forward one somersault, half twist. A respectable 18.7.
51-21 D. Forward one somersault, half twist free, 1.7.
Katie Thill from Blaine is the next diver out here. One somersault, half twist free. She is also a junior varsity diver. Little bit of a technical delay here. Want to make sure that she's going to be performing the right dive. We definitely don't want one of these young athletes attempting a dive that they haven't done before. She also is going to do the one somersault, one half twist. And her total award is 15.3. And this is the third and final junior varsity diver of the meet, Lily Stoffaker. We're back here at Northdale Middle School, ready to start the varsity diving competition. The first diver up is from Armstrong, Bella Enger. She'll be diving a one somersault, half twist. Bella's award, 17.85 was her award. Up next, Gemma Koenigs from Blaine. She'll be doing also one somersault, half twist. Excuse me, back somersault, half twist. Gemma on the board. Nice clean entry. And that scores her 28.05. Next diving for Blaine is Ellie Stoffaker. She also is going to do the back one somersault, one half twist. .05 is her first score. Nice start to this diving meet. Up next, Morgan Steffen from Robberstad Armstrong. She's going to be doing a forward one somersault half twist. And the score is 20.4 for Morgan. Alyssa Jensen, this is their leader. Nice high dive there. Extension there by Alyssa Jensen. Her award for that dive is 27. Fantastic. She jumps into the lead. Kala Steffen from Armstrong is the final diver of round one. She's going to do the back one somersault, half twist. It'll be interesting to see how they score that. She almost did not get the one twist, half twist there, so it'll be a little bit of a punishment there from the judges. In a score of 17.
Round two. Lily, 101C, forward dive tuck, 1.2. Lily, 51.22D, forward one somersault, one twist free, 1.9.
There's going to be 6 rounds in this diving competition today, and we're coming up on round number 2. And again, diving is Bella Enger. She'll be doing a straight back dive.
Bella, 201A, back dive straight, 1.7.
Nice high arcing back dive there. .95 is her score.
22.95.
And Gemma Koenigs from Blaine is up next. She's going to be doing a back 1.5 half twist.
Gemma, 52.31D, back 1.5 somersault half twist.
These Blaine divers have all been with the program for 3 or 4 years, the varsity divers. And in the sport of diving, it really pays to have a lot of consistency with their coaching. And Coach Nick has been with the team for about 6 years now. And her score was 31.5. Ellie's up next. She's performing the same dive. Back 1.5, half twist. And like I said, as you can go up through the system and enter in 7th grade, kind of learn the first dives and have consistency in your coaching, that really does drive you forward in improving a skilled type of competition like this. 30.45 was Ellie's score. Here is Morgan from Robberstad Armstrong. That was a reverse one somersault in a tuck position. And the judges are a little slow to score here. Having a little conference down there. 26.4 is her score. Alyssa Jensen is the team leader here for the Blaine Bengal diving crew. Of course, she came up through the years, mentored by now college diver Abigail Egoff Jensen. And Alyssa, no relation, by the way.
32.3.
And she goes back into the lead. 32.3 is her score. Here's Kyla from Armstrong. Straight back dive. Nice smooth entry. 25.5 is her score.
Lily, 102C, forward 1 somersault tuck, 1.4. Katie, 102C, forward 1 somersault tuck, 1.4. Lily, 101C, forward dive tuck, 1.2.
We're now ready for round number 3. Bella from Armstrong is going to do a back 1 somersault half twist. Nice smooth layout position there for Bella. 20.4 is her score. The current leader from the last round, Gemma, is up next. She's going to do a forward 2 somersault. She's going to do it in the pike position. .37.95 puts her back into the lead. Her teammate Ellie is up next. She's just going to be doing a back dive straight. Let's see if she can make some nice arcing lines here. Smooth into the water. Slight rotation. .25, great score for that dive. Up next for Armstrong is Morgan Steffen. She'll be doing a similar dive to Ellie's dive, but she'll be doing it in the pike position. .21.6 for Morgan. And here is Alyssa Jensen. She's going to be doing a back 1.5 somersault with a tuck position. Her score is a 33. Puts her just behind her teammate, Gemma, by about 5 points. It looks like they're going to be competing against each other all night. Kyla up here with a reverse dive pike. And that's a nice way to end round 3. Kyla's score is a 22.1. Just in from the scores table, we have the unofficial score after the 50 is 39 Blaine, Armstrong 23. And now we're ready for round 4 of the diving. Bella Enger, inward dive pike for the Falcons. Fellas Award, 20.25. Here's your current leader, Gemma. She's going to do a 1.5, back 1.5, pike position. Excuse me, she's going to be just doing back dive pike. Even the very good divers practice what we would call a quote-unquote simple dive because they're trying to perfect it. That was a very good dive. 28.8 was her score on that. Of course, regains the lead. Here's her teammate Ellie with a back 1.5 somersault in the pike position. Under rotated just a little bit, but still completed the dive. 28.75 is her score.
402C, inward 1 somersault tuck, 1.6.
Here is Morgan up again for Armstrong. 40. She's doing an inward 1 somersault in the tuck position. She double checks the board to make sure she has the right dive. Morgan's score is 20.8. And here's Alyssa Jensen. She's going to be doing a reverse 1.5 in a tuck position. That's the dive that if you don't have a diving student, you get a little nervous because they're rotating backwards towards the board. And her 35.7 puts her into the lead. Alyssa Jensen with a nice dive there. And the last diver for round 4 is Kyla. Kyla with a very nice score, 24.75.
Lily, 401C, inward dive tuck, 1.4. Katie, 202C, back 1 somersault tuck, 1.5.
And the varsity divers are ready for their second to last round, the 5th round. Bella from Armstrong is going to be diving an inward 1 somersault in a tuck position. .2 is her score. Currently in second place, Gemma. She'll be doing a reverse dive in pike position. Nice amplitude or height on that dive. Nice clean entry. The judges love it. 29.75. And here is Ellie. She's going to be doing an inward dive in the pike position. Like I was saying earlier, a lot of these girls on the Bengals team have had tons of experience in these diving meets, and their consistency is really showing through here. Ellie's score was 21.75. And Morgan for Armstrong does a 1.5 somersault in the tuck position. 23.2 is her score. And the current leader is Alyssa Jensen. She's going to do an inward 1.5. This is the one where you hold your breath a little bit. If you're a parent sitting in the gallery. Nice dive. She looks somewhat pleased there. Coming up 37.2 is her score. Back into the lead for her. She currently sits at about 165.2. And kind of her goal for these dual meets is probably to break 200. So she's going to be close. Kyla with the inward 1.5. 25.3 is her score. Here is round 6, the 6th and final round. And Bella's score for her last dive is 20.4. And Gemma is coming up next. She currently sits in second place behind her teammate Alyssa Jensen. Bella going to perform a forward 1.5 with a full twist. 26.4 is her score. Not quite what she wanted, but she looks pretty happy with actually accomplishing that dive. That's fantastic for her, getting it warmed up for later in the season. And Ellie. Nice high pike position, not quite vertical at the end. 21.25 is her score. And here comes Morgan's last dive. She's going to do a 2 somersault in the tuck position, so she'll do a full 2 somersaults and land on her feet. Little bit of under rotation there. Looks like the judges will be scoring it, but quite a deduction there for the hard splashdown. 20.9 is her score. And here is your leader, Alyssa Jensen. She just needs to have a clean dive here to take the diving competition for today's dual meet. And she's done it. There is your winner for today's Blaine versus Armstrong dual meet diving, Alyssa Jensen. Her score was 35 on that dive, and that does allow her to break the 200 mark, barely. 200.2 is her unofficial score. And your winner for today is Alyssa Jensen, and the final diver is Kyla Steven to finish up this diving competition. And a good way to end it there for Kyla. A 1.5 somersault. Her award is 22.4. A fantastic controlling win by Alyssa Jensen of Blaine with the score of 200.2. Alyssa Jensen takes it going away. You're watching North Metro TV Sports. We'll be back right after this.
Why should young people care about the spread of coronavirus? Well, we know that people with underlying medical conditions over the age of 60 are at highest risk, but they've got to get it from somebody.
So we're asking everyone to be selfless for others so that we can protect those who are most susceptible.
Not going to bars, not going to restaurants. It all just means physical separation so that you have a space between you and others.
For more information on how you can social distance, please go to coronavirus.gov.
An apple core or potato peels, that leftover pizza you promised you'd eat.
Ew.
Those dirty napkins and paper towels. Stop treating us like garbage. Did you know up to 30% of what you're throwing away could be composted? Composting gives your discards new life, which can be used to improve soil. To learn more about the new organics drop-off programs available throughout the county and get your free starter kit, go to anokacounty.us/organics.
Well, let's start the second half of swimming here with a 100-yard butterfly. In lane number 1, Megan Thompson. Sophia Leo's in lane number 2. For Blaine, Breck Gudenkoff is in lane number 3. Allison Schrank is in lane number 4. And here is the Armstrong Falcons in lane number 5. Cassidy Woods. Abby Garski is in lane number 6, and Sydney Bodani, 8th grader from Armstrong, in lane number 7. Allison Schrank out to a quick start in the first 25. She has a length and a half lead as they come into the turn. The close race is between Cassidy Woods and Brett Gutenkopf. Brett Gutenkopf is going to touch the wall just ahead of her. Allison Schrank still in the lead by 2 lengths. Her teammate Brett Gutenkopf is behind her in second, and in third, Cassidy Woods, an 8th grader from Armstrong. Wire to wire, Allison Schrank, 11th grader from Blaine, pushing for that second place. Cassidy Woods, Brett Gutenkopf, Cassidy Woods. It's going to be Brett Gutenkopf and Sophia Leo, also my neighbor, touches out in lane 2, unofficially 3rd place. And the winner, a nice under 1 minute, which is a fantastic time of 59 and 58. The next event is the girls' 100-yard freestyle. In lane number 1 is Lacey Stark, 11th grader. Maddie Schrank is in lane number 2. Lane number 3, Hannah Ryan. Emma Wilson is in lane number 4. In lane number 5 for Armstrong, Olivia Kane. Ella Steinke is in lane number 6, and Nola Fisher rounds out for the Falcons in lane number 7. Nice start. Everybody seems pretty even here for the first 25. And let's see how this turn goes. Off the wall, it looks like Olivia Kane from Armstrong has about a half a length lead. Maddie Schrank down in lane 2 is in second place and is gaining on her. It's a great race between Maddie Schrank and Olivia Kane. It's all going to be down to this last turn. Olivia Kane from Armstrong with a great push off the wall. And the 3 Blaine swimmers are right behind her. But wire to wire, Olivia Kane from Armstrong coming in second. Maddie Schrank, 9th grader. 3rd, Wilson. And 4th, Ryan. 5th place, Steinke from Armstrong. A very strong swim there by Olivia Kane. The longest event of the dual meet here in high school swimming in Minnesota, the 500-yard freestyle. In lane number 1, 9th grader Callie Stark. Lana Ryan is in lane number 2. Gabby Bush is in lane number 3. All-conference swimmer Sarah Knox is the senior in lane number 4. Zoe Bresnahan from Armstrong is in lane number 5. In lane number 6, Amanda Highland. And Evelyn Neese is in lane number 7. And a nice clean start there. So far in the first length, it looks like Knox and Bresnahan will be racing. Of course, Bresnahan was the winner of the 200 freestyle. Knox, the winner of the individual medley earlier. Each athlete can be in 2 individual events and 2 relays. That's the limit for your team. And so these are some important points here for the Blaine Bengals, because Sarah Knox really is the cornerstone of their swim part of their program. Fantastic first 100 by both Bresnahan and Knox. Both sub 1 minute. A fantastic start for them. You'll see them kind of get into a little bit more of a rhythm here. They will not be sub 1 minute for the whole race. By the end, they should be at about a 103 to 105 pace for these top swimmers in varsity during this time of the season. And that last lap, Bresnahan pulls out just a little bit of a half-length lead, touching the wall and getting turned before Knox. But Knox is biding her time there against the line. Both of them, their kicks look very relaxed. They're kind of in cruise control mode. Knox with a little bit more head movement. That's kind of signifies somebody that does maybe all the events versus somebody who does strictly 500 or long distance swimming. Bresnahan making a little bit of a move here as she comes towards the middle of the race, seeing if she can shake Knox, because she knows how powerful Knox is going to be if she gets into a sprint with her at the end. Bresnahan wants to make sure she gets out at least 3 or 4 lengths before the final sprint. And so far she's accomplishing that. Sarah Knox is going to have to reel her in here a little bit in order to have a chance at that sprint at the end. So far, Bresnahan not breaking. Smooth, calm, and collected. Both swimmers putting in about 3/4 effort right here because they know what's coming in about 2 lengths of the pool. 3.5 lengths ahead now is Bresnahan coming into the last quarter of this race. And Knox hesitated a little bit there going into the wall. If she has to make her move pretty soon, it's going to be Bresnahan wire to wire. Fantastic swim by distance swimmer Zoe Bresnahan, 11th grader from Armstrong. Sarah Knox hanging in there. She really is a utility type of swimmer, all strokes. And really, I think probably Coach Kristen wanted to challenge Sarah with going up against the very best in the conference with Bresnahan. But it's going to be all Armstrong in this race. Bresnahan with an easy lead. Knox still with a very respectable pace. Nothing to hang her head out about at all. Really hung with the specialist for a long time and didn't give much up in the end, but Bresnahan touching the wall at a 5:16. Fantastic. Knox comes in second with another great time, 5:23 and 43. Those are some fast laps. Nothing to hang our head out about. Blaine in control of this meet still. I know Knox looks like she's a little bit disappointed there, but Blaine still in control of this meet. Third place goes to Robbinsdale Armstrong. Highland, fourth place, Bush from Blaine, and fifth place, Ryan from Blaine. And that is the 500 freestyle. I'm tired after just watching this. The next event is the 200-yard freestyle relay. In lane number 1, swimming for Blaine, Ryan Ripley, Penoyer Ripley. Lane number 2, Clark, Taylor, Stark, Engfer. Lane number 3 for Blaine, Gutenkopf, Clark, Bush, Thompson. Lane number 4, Leo, Schrank, Zenz-Olson, and Knox. Lane number 5. For Armstrong, Fisher, Garski, Bresnahan, Ken. And in lane 6, Stenke, Nice, Linebaugh, and Anise. Out to the quick lead is Blaine Bengals in lane number 4, lane number 6 and 5, and lane 3. They're going to be swimming for the 2nd and 3rd place. It's going to be very critical here at this juncture in the meet. Blaine in control of this for the A team, but the race is going to be for the 2nd. Right now, Armstrong has the 2nd. And Blaine retains control. Blaine ahead by 2 lengths. Armstrong in 2nd. And now the race seems to be for 3rd place. In lane number 3 for Blaine and lane number 6 for Armstrong. And this one comes to the final relay. This is basically a cool down for Knox from that 500, and she is not going to let her opponent catch her as she cruises into the end. Blaine with 1, Armstrong with 2, Blaine with 3, and for 4th place, Armstrong touches out for 4th place. The second to last individual event is the 100 backstroke. In the lane number 1, Marin Taylor. Lacey Stark is in lane number 2. Lane number 3 is Sophia Leo. Allison Schrank is in lane number 4. Lucia Freed is in 5. Brenna Scheib is in lane number 6, and Addison Anise is in lane number 7. And you can see here what a long underwater move Allison Schrank is doing, outpacing her team and the field. She has until the 2nd yellow marks to come up. And Allison Schrank, wire to wire, dominating this backstroke event. Her teammate, Sophia Leo, is going to come in 2nd. And Lacey Stark 3rd. 4th will be Freed and Scheib from Armstrong. But a fantastic 58 even for the fantastic swim there by Schrank. And here's the final individual event of the evening here. Blaine and Armstrong is the 100-yard breaststroke. In lane number 1 is Jillian Hansen. Ella Penoyer is in lane number 2. Maria Clark is in lane number 3. Hannah Ryan is in lane number 4. All 1 through 4 is from Blaine. Olivia Kane from Armstrong is in lane number 5. Sydney Podani is in lane number 6. Barrett Dussault is in lane number 7. Out to a good lead is Olivia Kane, 10th grader from Armstrong, who's had a very great performance tonight. This one looks like it's going to be all Olivia Kane. Hannah Ryan will be, looks like she's going to come in second. And third will be her roommate, her teammate, Maria Clark. So with a time of 1:17 and with a time of 1:11 and 43, Olivia Kane of Armstrong. Well, the final event for this evening is the 400-yard freestyle relay. Blaine in lane 1 through 3. In lane 1, Ripley, Pagano, Engfer, and Ripley. And in lane number 2, Stark, Taylor, Ryan, and Thompson. Lane number 3, Knox, Bush, Ryan, and Schrank. And in lane number 4, Leo, Zenz-Olson, Schrank, and Wilson. That's also for Blaine. In lanes 5 and 6, for Armstrong, Woods, Steinke, Freed, Scheib, Highland, Neese, Anise, and Podani. Well, let's come down to this last race. Armstrong has had some great individual performances tonight, but just haven't been able to keep up with the depth of the Blaine varsity squad. Currently running 1-2 by almost a quarter of the pool length, our Blaine A and B team, which just kind of highlights the overall depth and team strength that Blaine has shown this evening. Like I said, some great individual performances from the Armstrong Falcons side, but the Blaine Bengals with a strong performance as a team, showing their team depth and team strength. We're getting close to the halfway point through this relay. Bush and Zenz-Olson touching out here. First into the water is Maddie Schrank. Hannah Ryan next into the water, her teammate. And as they make the turn, they are neck and neck. They are pacing each other. Looks like Coach Kristen Ludke probably matched these teams instead of weighting the teams in different proportions. She matched these teams to get the optimal performance out of each of the relay teams. And wire to wire, it's going to be Blaine coming to the anchor leg. In lane number 4, Emma Wilson, the senior. She's a freestyler all the way. And Allison Schrank, her freestyle counterpart making lots of waves in lane number 3, putting on a little bit of show. Shrink off the wall. She's got about a length on Wilson now. Blaine gonna be 1-2 in this race. It's just a matter of, is it gonna be lane 3 or lane 4? And it looks like lane 3 is going to complete this win and a first place for the Blaine Bengals team. A fantastic time for mid-season of 3:45 and 7 for that Blaine Bengals team, and only off by a couple seconds their teammates with a 3:47 and 43 time. 3:45.07 for your winners for both this 400-yard free relay and the winners for the evening for this dual meet, the Blaine Bengals. We will get the official score for you here in just a few minutes. I'm here with head coach of the Blaine Bengals girls swimming team, Kristen Ludke. Kristen, I would describe tonight's performance as depth. Yeah. Can you tell me about your team this year?
Yeah, we do have a lot of depth. We've cultivated a lot of our juniors and sophomores that have really stepped up over the last few years, and so that really shined through tonight. We lost a lot of great talent in our seniors last year, and so we're really finding a stride in those 2, 3, 4 places.
Sure.
And yeah, depth was exactly what we were going for, so I'm glad you noticed.
Yes.
And I'm glad it worked out in our favor.
Yeah, it did. Talk about Sarah Knox and your decision to put her in the 500 tonight.
Yeah, you know, Sarah's a really strong swimmer, and I know that she's consistent, and that was what we were looking for in that 500. We graduated a lot of our distance athletes, and so it's an area that I'm trying to bring some kids along, but we're not there yet. And I know that when she swims the 500, she's going to be consistent. And while her splits were a little off from where she's been in the past, she still was incredibly consistent in that race.
Bresnahan is one of the top competitors in the state.
Exactly. Yes, exactly.
On that same note, Armstrong's been traditionally known as a freestyling team. Now, they did take you in a few of the freestyle individual events, but you guys looked amazing in your freestyle relays. Once again, that just reflects your depth. What is there something different with the different training this year that maybe you're focusing more on freestyle? Yeah,
you know, actually, I think it's something that happened a few years ago when we were looking at our training and when we were looking at what our team was looking like 3-4 years ago. We really noticed that other teams can do the 2 free and the 4 free relay pretty consistently. Mm-hmm. And we've always been really strong in the medley, which is something that I like to start the meet off with, but we're lacking in those areas. And so we really made a focus of how do we bring along those 50 free and 100 freestylers, and I think tonight it's really paid off, and really all season we've seen. I've never had as many kids going 55, 56 as I do right now, and I've really never had as many 25s in the 50 free as I do right now. So I think that was a decision we made a while ago that's really, really paying off here in these later years.
Yep. Well, coaching decisions paying off for Coach Kristen Ludke on her way to another great year. Congratulations again tonight, Coach, for such a great win, and good luck with the rest of your season.
Thank you so much.
I have Maddie Schrenk, freshman freestyler, with me. Great meet. You guys really showed a lot of depth and heart, especially against a tough freestyling team like Armstrong. Can you tell me a little bit about kind of your approach from the freestyler
So you really just want to try and get after it right away and really just make sure that you can nail your turns, nail everything that you possibly can so that you can really attack that race.
This isn't a normal year for swimming.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of different safety precautions that have been taken. What are some ways that you and your teammates are working together to kind of overcome some of these obstacles?
We really want to make sure that we are cheering on as loud as possible and making sure that we're there for each other, even though we have to be 6 feet apart. But you really want to make sure that you're there for your teammates and doing everything that you possibly can to be a good one.
Maddie, your season's about halfway over now. At one time, you didn't know whether there was going to be a section meet and a state meet. Now that you know that there's something to work for, what do you and your teammates have to put in your mindset over the next few weeks to kind of build up?
Really just wanting to make sure that we can work on our technique, working on stroke strategies or racing strategies to make sure that we're able to, once we get to the bigger meets, that we can really pound those and head on. Yeah.
All right. Any shout out that you want to make to your teammate there?
I'd like to make a shout out to my sister because she's always there for me and I'm very thankful for that.
Awesome.
And all of our captains, they're really making sure that we're doing the best that we possibly can as teammates and as a team in the whole. And my coaches, Kristen and Dave, Alyssa and Nick, they're all really great coaches and they're always there for you. They're making sure that you know exactly what you need to be doing and how to do that.
Awesome. Thank you so much for talking with us tonight, Maddie, and good luck with the rest of your season.
Thank you.
Well, on behalf of executive sports producer Kenton Kipp, I'm Steve Robberstad reporting from Northdale High School. Thanks so much for joining us on North Metro TV. And hope you enjoyed it. These kids are excited to be able to compete with one another. You've been listening to North Metro TV Sports.